So my name is Donna Kolaski. I work for the PaddleHeads as the host family manager and the retail manager, and we've hosted for quite a few years. So.
I'm Declan Kolaski. I'm a senior at Big Sky High School here in Missoula. Played baseball all my life. Been going to Osprey games, and since I changed to PaddleHeads, been going to their games since.
My name is Joy Mogensen, and I am originally from the state of Washington. I live here with my son, so he's part of the host family.
I'm Gary Kolaski. I'm retired out of the auto industry. Huge baseball fan. I've been coaching baseball since I was 20 years old, and I'm retired now, so you can take it from there. Well, we were sitting in our seats, and in front of us was a young gal, Sierra, and her husband now, he was her fiance then, played outfield.
Logan.
And we were talking about they were having a hard time finding a place to live, actually, and there were some players that were looking for places. So I was talking with her, Dawn was talking with her, and we said that, I know a lot of people in Missoula, maybe I can help hook some people up. So it was during our homestand. They just got back from Billings, I believe. And
Those
anyway,
are first home games, yeah.
So the next night we had, I said, get names of players who needs help, and I will help them find a place to live. And everybody had a place to live except Jazz. He was sleeping on the trainer's floor at the time. And Deck and him, they just meshed. I mean, they're truly brothers. So that night we kind of talked to Jazz, and I said, hey, listen, we'll try to find a place for you. And on the way home, normally our truck is not quiet on the way home after a game, and it was just dead silence. And I remember Donna saying, well, what do you think? And I said, I'm probably thinking the same thing you are. And she, we got a big house, we got extra room, why don't we see if he wants to stay with us? So, the next night I think you told him.
Yeah, after the game we met with them and just invited them to live with us, and that's when it all started.
That's when it all started. It was probably one of the greatest things we ever did, I think.
We're just real thankful about you guys are going to host again.
Yeah, my son and I are going to be a host family again, absolutely.
I for one, am incredibly thankful for that. I know, I hope it's not a thankless job. I hope that it brings you some joy, but I know that it really is the backbone of what we're doing. And it's special for me because I lived with a host family when I was playing, and I had my wife with me. And when it's someone that is like you guys are, where you're able to just know that you can go and be yourself and you feel comfortable, it really changes the whole thing, because when they're comfortable off the field, it definitely helps them be their best on. So I am incredibly grateful for that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I just wanted to personally thank you, because it is, it's so important, when they show up and they're comfortable and they know that they have somewhere that they can call home, especially you don't have to worry about necessarily getting the lease and everything else like that. You just know that you have the bed and the place and the care, and it means the world to them, and so it means the world to me. So I just want to take a minute and thank you so much for doing that again.
Absolutely, we are happy and thrilled to be doing it again.
And when we first hosted Jazz, I mean, I was like, 12?
Yeah.
11, 12, so being able to say like, oh, I know that guy. At Osprey games, it's kind of weird, because my brother's older, I never got to watch him play sports or anything. It's like seeing Jazz go out on the field, it's crazy, because right now he's just starting second baseman for the Marlins. And it's just thinking back to 2016 when I was 12 years old, watching him go out on the field, run out, and then him coming out at the game, give him a hug, whatever, saying good job. It's weird, but it's awesome. They're all so good to me. I love those guys, especially Jazz. I just going to middle school, and he's right there first day of school. He actually picked me up a couple times. He'd go out on the field. He'd be like, hey, I gotta go pick up Deck. Come to pick me up, drive me home. He's like, hey, get your homework done. He's just checking up on me. It was pretty cool.
When you see them out on the field, you live and die with them out there. When they've got an AB going on, you're at the edge of your seat. I don't know, they become your children. I mean, to us, I mean, all the kids that we've hosted, players that we've hosted over the years, we still keep in touch with them. I mean, from Jazz all the way up to last year's guys. You know, we text them, we talk to them during the off season. You know, they truly become your kids. I mean, you know, so like any kid out there, you know, if they get hit by a pitch or, you know, or it's a bad call, you know, you're going to get upset with them, but you do. And it's not just on the field. It's the home life too. You know, they know that they've got a place that they can come and I've been a baseball coach forever and ever, and we give them a good family unit to talk to. And there's nights that, you know, we always call it the 12 o'clock hour when I sit up there for another 2 hours and we talk about baseball or things going on in your personal life. You know? So you're kind of a, you know, you're not just a, you know, for us, for me personally, it's not just hosting the kids, it's you become part of their lives and they become part of yours, man. It's I mean, there's nothing better in life than, you know, he's got, 14, 15 brothers now, you know? So it's a big deal.
When we told you you're more than welcome to stay with us, did that make things a little easier for you to come to the unknown?
Oh yeah, that made the transition in my mind at first a little bit easy, because number one, I was kind of questioning like how I was going to afford to kind of live in an apartment out there, the process I would have to go to trying to get approved, get a cosign and everything. So I was kind of worried about that a little bit. So finding out that I have you guys as a host family really put like pressure off of my pockets and my family's pockets to be able to have me up there for the summer and starting into the fall. So it's a blessing. A lot of the number one thing that I heard when talking to Jazz is, first and foremost, the ball can fly. So they said that out there in the morning, the ball's good. For a guy like me that's supposed to hit home runs, stuff like that, the ball flies a lot. They also talk about the culture. We talk about the family aspect of Missoula and the people and what they stand for out there. It's pretty good. And he mentioned the Golaskis and their family, how they treated him so well. So Dominic Crawley, who's Jazz's close friend, also mentioned about the Golaskis. So that was awesome to hear that I'm getting a chance to be lined up with some amazing people.
So,
Anything you need from our end, you just let us know.
100%. I'm so thankful for you guys. You have no idea. I just appreciate the offer of like you guys coming in your house for me for 5.5 months. I'm truly grateful for that.
well, you're very welcome. We can't
Happy
wait
to do it.
Can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anyone was on the fence about whether or not they wanted to be a host family or not. I don't know what their personal issues would be about the whole thing, but they're great kids. They're so incredibly kind and very respectful of everything in the home, and they treat everything well, and they always ask, you know, is this okay? I'm like, of course. You know, they would get more comfortable throughout the season about, they're always still were going to ask permission to do things, but I just wanted them to be comfortable about it. And it never felt like, you know, a guest and over the weekend and you couldn't wait for them to leave by Monday. Then it never felt like that. They really did just become part of the family. And
If you're thinking about becoming a host family, all I can say is that it's the most rewarding experience you'll ever have. It's going to the games, like Donna said, even if you don't like baseball, going to the game. Baseball games aren't just about a game, they're an event. And every night's an event, every night is different. If you do go to the games, if you don't go to the games, it's okay. These guys are great people. They're easy to care for. I mean, very easy to care for. They're very polite. They're yes ma'am, no ma'am. I mean, and it's an experience that, like Donna hit it, you know, you'll never forget it in your entire life. And the connection you make just keeps building and building and building. So, you know, if you truly care about people and care about these young kids that don't have a place to stay when they come to Missoula, if you're sitting on the fence, all I can say is do it, because it's worth it, man. It's worth it.